بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة على سيد المرسلين. This is د.زلفى. Now today inshallah we'll talk about unity and coherence. In the previous lectures we talked about types of sentences and the paragraph components of a paragraph, the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and conclusion. Today inshallah we want to talk about unity and coherence. What do we mean by unity and what do we mean by coherence? Let's see here. Unity, when I say something is one unit or something is unified, what do you mean? One unit, what do you mean? Here in writing a paragraph, when I talk about unity, it means that there is only one single idea. There is only one single idea in the paragraph. The whole paragraph talks about one single idea. You cannot mix two or three ideas, or you cannot explain two or three ideas in one paragraph. For example, I talk about the impact or the disadvantages of siege on Gaza on all life levels. So when I talk about all life levels, I mean at the level of education, at the level of health, at the level of economics, at the level of agriculture, at the level of industry. So here are, now I mentioned 4 ideas. So the one paragraph should contain only one idea. It means I explain only one idea in one paragraph. For example, if I want to talk about the impact of siege on in Gaza at the health level, I have to talk about, in this paragraph, all the sentences will talk about health. For example, lack of medicine in hospitals, lack of medicine, lot of types of medicine are missed. Okay, lack of medical equipment, lack of medical equipment. A lot of people cannot travel abroad to receive treatment. Okay, lack of training doctors. So all of these things cause trouble to Palestinian people, which is caused by siege, particularly at the level of health. Here I cannot mix it with education, for example. So every sentence in the paragraph talks about the impact of siege at the level of health. If I want to talk about the impact of siege at the level, for example, of economics, I say a lot of people are unemployed. Almost 60% of people are under poverty line. For example, salaries are not paid. So most of the people are poor. Okay, so this is at the level of economics. Of course, there are a lot of ideas. So I told you how to go and collect information about a point you want to explain. But what I mean here, that I talk about economics alone, I talk about education alone in one paragraph, I talk about health in one paragraph. This is what we mean by unity. What you explain should be related to the topic sentence and the controlling idea. All your supporting sentences should be related to the topic sentence and the controlling idea, and your conclusion should summarize the whole paragraph, to sum up the whole paragraph. Okay, so this is what we mean by unity. Okay, now here, look here at this example. First, let's read paragraph 2. What is unity in a paragraph? Let's read together. Unity in a paragraph means that the entire paragraph, all the paragraph, should focus on one single idea. The supporting details should explain the main idea only. The concluding sentence should end the paragraph with the same idea. Thus, a unified paragraph presents a thought, supports it with the unified or the sentence, the paragraph which has unity, presents a thought and supports that thought with adequate enough details and completes it with a conclusion which is related to the same thought. Okay? Now, examples of unity in a paragraph. Let's read this text or this paragraph and we see. I want you, before you read it, I want you to answer questions. Now, here are the questions. You have to find answer to these questions while you're reading. What is the topic sentence in the paragraph? How many supporting sentences are there? Okay. What are the supporting sentences talking about? Are they related to the topic sentence? What is the concluding sentence? Is it related to the topic sentence? What are the signs of unity? Okay, so you have to answer these questions or to search for the answer of these questions while reading the text. Have a minute to read the text. Okay, now, what is the topic sentence in the paragraph? Or mainly, what is the topic of the paragraph? It talks about tests, as you see. Here, how many times the word test is mentioned here? 7 times. It means that almost the seven sentences in the paragraph are talking about tests. What is the controlling idea? What is the controlling idea in the paragraph? Okay, tests. Tests. What does it say about tests? Are they nice and useful? Are they helpful? Or they are a source of trouble for the author? Okay, so they are a source of trouble. So all the sentences explain how they are a source of trouble. You see? Now, every time I take a test, I feel nervous. This is the first source of trouble. I feel nervous. When I study for the test, I don't know if I will be able to get a good grade or not. So other worries. Often, I worry about taking a test. So he's always worried and cannot sleep. He cannot sleep. So a lot of trouble. Now we are explaining the idea that a test gives him a lot of trouble. So I cannot sleep. Sometimes I daydream or draw pictures in the class. After the test is over, now finished, now he has the test. After the test is over, I worry again. Again he worries. Again, I worry about my grade. When my teacher gives the test back to me with a grade, I still cannot relax because I know I will have another test soon. Tests give me a lot of stress. Again, trouble and stress. That is why I don't like tests. You see, that is why I don't like tests. So this is the conclusion. Tests give me a lot of stress. That's why I don't like tests. Now, look at the conclusion. Is it related to the whole paragraph? Of course, yes. Does it recap the topic sentence? Does it say the topic sentence in other words? Yes. So this is what we mean by unity. Okay. Now, here are the answers. Almost. Now, what is the topic sentence in the paragraph? How many supporting sentences are there in the paragraph? Are they all talking about the topic sentence or explaining the topic sentence? What is the concluding sentence in the paragraph? Is it related to the paragraph? What are the signs of unity in the paragraph? Okay. Now, let's move to another idea, which is coherence. What is coherence? And what is a coherent paragraph? In a coherent paragraph, each sentence relates clearly to the topic sentence or controlling idea, which is unity. Unity is a part of coherence, but there is more to coherence than this. Now, we say in unity, when we express unity, we say all sentences are related to the topic. In coherence, we say all sentences are related to each other. We try to connect the sentences to each other. One leads to the next. There's no jumping from the top to the middle or from the bottom to the top. No, all the sentences are moving smoothly from the beginning to the end, connected to each other. One leads to the other. When you have a cause, you have a result. Okay? When you have contrast or contradiction, you should have something that shows me that it is contrast. If a paragraph is coherent, each sentence flows smoothly into the next without obvious shifts. We don't jump from one sentence in the beginning to the last, then go back to the beginning, then go to the middle. No jumping, no shifting. A coherent paragraph also highlights the ties between old and new information to make the structure of ideas or argument clear to the reader. Yani we go smoothly, we connect sentences with each other to help the reader to understand what we want to say. A coherent paragraph brings about the arrangement in the ideas, which are introduced either in the chronological order or in the order of importance. Yani, a coherent paragraph is well arranged. Yani, which means that sometimes we arrange a paragraph chronologically. It means according to time, which action happened first, then next, then after it, or at the level of importance. We arrange the most important first, then the less important, then the less important, and so on. Suppose that I want to talk about how to arrange chronologically. Suppose that I want to talk about wars, Palestinian wars, since 1948 up to now. I start with the most important, which is Nakba, in 1948. Then I come to 1956. Then I come to the last wars which is in 2009, 2012, 2014, and maybe after 56, we have another war in 1967, which is one of the greatest wars, or the biggest wars. We cannot say greatest, because it's not a great war. Is never something great. So you arrange them in order, and between 67 and 2009, we have two intifadas. So we have to talk about these events in a chain, okay? Well ordered, well arranged. We cannot start from 48, then jump to 67, then jump to 2014, then go back to 56, then go back to 2009. You have to arrange events. About the importance, you, for example, start with the most important, then you go to the less important, okay? So this is what we mean by well arranged, okay? Now, the ideas thus expressed in a paragraph flow smoothly from one to the other in a logical sequence. This helps reader to understand the paragraph. So coherence leads to understanding the paragraph. A well-arranged paragraph helps reader to understand it. Okay. Now, example of a coherent paragraph. You know that what helps coherence is the transition words. Transition words, do you know what are the transition words? The conjunctive adverbs, moreover, nevertheless, whenever, however, okay, and the coordinators, but, yet, so, and the subordinators, while, when, after, because, as a result, and so on. These are the conjunctive adverbs, which helps me connecting sentences together, but logically. When I want to express contrast, I use however, nevertheless, but. When I want to add information, I say moreover, in addition. So which helps the reader to understand that the first sentence is in contrast with the second sentence. Okay. The third sentence adds information to the sentences before, and so on. So these conjunctions help putting the whole paragraph in a logical order and helps the reader to understand. So here the conjunctive adverbs and the coordinators and the subordinators are colored in red. You see, credit cards are convenient, means they are comfortable. Convenient means comfortable, but dangerous. You see, what's that? Is it adding information? No, it's contrast, something convenient, something comfortable, but dangerous. How comes? People often, well, now we want to explain the idea. Okay, they are convenient, but dangerous. How? People often get them in order to make a large purchase easily without saving up a lot of money in advance. And when you want, for example, to buy a car and you don't have enough money, so just you use the credit cards, بطاقات الائتمان, and after you buy, you pay your debts to the bank, okay? You don't need to save before you buy. This is especially helpful for purchases like cars, kitchen appliances, that you may need to get without delay. And you want a refrigerator, you want it, of course. You cannot live in a kitchen without a refrigerator. Okay, so just use the credit card to buy it, but you have to be careful not to buy a lot of things. You have to buy something that you can pay its price gradually. However, this convenience comes at a high price. هذه الراحة ثمنها غالي. Interest rates, you have to pay interest. يعني if you buy with for example a car for $1,000, when you pay the bank the money, you should pay $1,200, for example. So this is the interest rates. You pay more. The more money you spend from your credit card, the more the bank or credit union will charge you for that convenience. The more money, the more expensive something you buy, the more interest you pay for the bank. If you are not careful, credit card debt can quickly break you or break the bank and leave you in a very dire, very bad or awful economic circumstances. Okay, now coherence. Let's examine the coherence in this paragraph. Is there coherence or not? First of all, before talking about coherence, is there unity in this paragraph? What is it talking about? About the credit cards. What does it say about the credit cards? What's the controlling idea? They are convenient but dangerous. Okay, so are the other do the other sentences here explain how the credit card is convenient and how it is dangerous? Yes or no? Yes. Because, okay, you can buy your appliances or what you want to buy, but you have to pay a lot. And if you don't pay, you will be in a very bad circumstances or situation. But let's see now here how to say that a paragraph is coherent. First of all, look at the topic sentence. The paragraph starts with a very clear declarative topic sentence. The topic sentence is clear, convenient, dangerous. So I want to feel this contrast. And the rest of the paragraph follows that sentence. All the sentences in the paragraph explain the idea of convenient but dangerous. Everything in the paragraph is tied back to the statement in the beginning or the topic sentence. Key terms. Look at the key terms which are repeated in the paragraph. You see credit cards, and convenient or convenience. Okay, they are repeated in the paragraph. The key term danger appears in the topic sentence, and then it is explained fully as the paragraph goes on. So what makes coherence? That all the sentences explain the topic sentence gradually. The one sentence leads to the other. Okay? You see the transitions. Now, here, definition of terms. What makes a paragraph coherent? That it is easy to understood for the reader. The reader does not have trouble in understanding it. So you have to define terms. When you say something strange, you have to explain it. For most readers, the terms in this paragraph are quite clear and don't need to be defined. So the paragraph, the terms or the words are known to the reader. So it's easy for the reader to understand. Some readers, however, might not understand the term interest rates. Maybe. So, and they would need an explanation. So the author should have explained this term, interest rate. To these readers who don't understand the term, the paragraph will seem less coherent. So those who understand the meaning of interest rates, the paragraph is coherent. But if a reader does not know the meaning of the term, so the paragraph is not coherent. So, which means that the author or the writer should explain the terms or provide known terms. Okay, each sentence flows into the next quite easily, and the reader can follow the line of the logic without too much effort. Okay. Okay, so this is what we mean by coherent. Everything is explained. Everything is well ordered. Everything is clear. A reader does not have trouble in reaching the meaning that a writer wants to say. Okay, so I want you, when you write a paragraph, to focus on coherent. I want you to look at slide 7. Look here at the words in red. The first one is but, which shows contrast, isn't it? Okay. Is there contrast between convenient and dangerous? Yes. How to be convenient and dangerous? So it shows me contrast. The conjunction but here, but, shows me contrast. Again, I want to see this contrast in another part of the paragraph. Look at the red word again. However, you see, this is especially helpful for purchases like cars, kitchen appliances that you may need to get without delay. However, this convenience comes at a high price. Interest rates. Convenience, but you pay for this convenience a lot. So we have contradiction here again. So we use the conjunction however. When you see the word however or but, you understand that you will have something opposite or in contrast with the sentence before. That's why we say that sentences are connected to each other in a way or another, as they are in contrast, as you want to add information, and so on. Here, look at the word if. If you are not careful, this is warning, caution, tahdir. If you are not careful, what will the result be? Here you have to pay attention that you will have a result. If you are not careful, you have a condition that you are not careful. So what's the result? A credit card debts can quickly break you or break the bank. So this is our caution or our warning, that you have to be careful. Okay, so these are the transitions, but however, if we say moreover, because as a result, all of these are transitions which help connecting sentences to each other. In unity, all sentences are connected to the topic sentence or the main idea. In coherence, all the sentences are related to the topic sentence or controlling idea. In addition, all the sentences are related to each other. All the sentences are moving smoothly, no breaks between them, no jumping among, okay? Now, thank you very much. You will have a piece of homework, as I explained to you. I'll drop on the homework page 3 or 4 topics, and you work in groups. You work together in groups. You choose one of the topics to write a paragraph about. First of all, examine the topic. Then collect information from internet or from books, or ask specialized people or news bulletins or newspapers and magazines. You have to collect information before you start writing. You have to read before you start writing. Then each should write, discuss with each other. Each should write her paragraph, and you exchange the paragraphs. Remember that you have to plan to your paragraph. You have to ask yourself, what is my topic sentence? What is my controlling idea? How can I explain it with the supporting ideas from the information I collected from other resources? And then what is my what is my conclusion? Okay, and you exchange the paragraphs. Let your colleague edit your paragraph. To edit your paragraph, it means to find errors, grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and also to examine whether the paragraph, all the sentences are connected to the main idea or not. And after you finish writing, you get one paragraph for the three colleagues, and you drop it in the homework box. But you should write the name of the group and each name on each one. When I say Samira, Huda, and Fatma work together, okay, this is for you. You drop it for the group, and you write the 3 names. This group consists of Samira, Fatma, and Huda, and you drop it in the homework box. This is cooperation. You have to learn from each other and to work together. See you later, inshallah. I'll see your homeworks and we'll meet next week, inshallah. Thank you very much.